So I'm in here in the studio with our own Stephanie Patton, Ketchikan gal gone back east to make good in the music scene back in
It's Washington, D.C., actually.
Washington, D.C.
Yeah. It's a good sized city because it's not like I'm diving into the whole New York scene where it's just going to blow me out of the water. You know, it's small enough to really get to know people. But D.C. is a good size for me right now.
And you brought a guest with you.
I did. I brought the man that produced my CD and is kind of acting as my music director right now. His name's EC3.
EC3.
Yes, EC3.
Is that what your mother named you?
She named me EC3. She did. She did.
Interesting.
Yes, very interesting.
And how did you come to meet Stephanie?
We met in the local jazz clubs in D.C. Called HR 57. Stephanie was sitting in one night, and I was playing drums, and met her, and yeah, that's where we kind of went. Just kind of a great working relationship as well as a great friendship. So, yeah. And
you're coming out with a new album.
Yeah, I recorded my debut album, actually, entitled Deep Inside of Me, and we recorded it over the month of November and part of December. It'll be released on the 13th of January here in Ketchikan. Decided to bring it home because this is kind of where it all stemmed from. This is kind of where jazz started for me, so I thought I'd bring it on home. And it's 10 songs, 10 jazz standards, mostly like 1930s, 40s stuff.
Maybe give me some of the titles on your album.
My Romance, What'll I Do, Corcovado, let's see, The Way You Look Tonight. Photographia, right.
Great songs.
They can't take that away from me. It's all classic stuff, yeah. And
of course, you got your start here in Ketchikan with the jazz scene here?
I did, yeah. I've got Ketchikan to thank immensely, actually, for instilling the love of jazz in me, as well as my father, of course. Pretty much stemmed from my father in the beginning. We moved here when I was about 7, 8 years old, and my dad right away got into the jazz DJing scene. And I used to go with him as a little girl and introduce songs and kind of speak about the songs on the radio as a small little girl, and it was always jazz records in my house when I was growing up. So it's really the music that I know, I love, and that I've been surrounded by.
EC, how did you get started in your career?
Wow. Well, my father was a jazz musician. I've been on the scene for a long time. Played with a lot of people. Happened to be in D.C. I've only been there for about a year now. Grew up in Atlanta, was born in Naples, Italy. When I moved to Atlanta, I went to high school, and I've been playing in the orchestra pit in Vegas for about 17 years. So I've done a bunch of the shows in Vegas, and I do a bunch of jazz festivals. I have my own group, EC3 and Friends. I have a new CD coming out in March at Blues Alley. I'll be doing that. So I've been around for a long, I'm a veteran in the jazz scene. Happened to hear Stephanie and fell in love with her voice, and we started working with her. Me and my partner, Clint Hyson, we have a record label called Rhythm Universal Records, and we signed Steph and started working with her. And she's a work in progress, but when people hear this new CD, I think they'll find out very quickly that it's not the same Stephanie that left Ketchikan a year ago. She's grown quite a bit, so I think you'll love the new CD, Deep Inside of Me.
Yeah, I heard a clip you posted on Facebook, and it was very, very nice.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that was The Way You Look Tonight.
Mm-hmm.
A very, kind of a rare up-tempo version of it.
A lot of cats in the band. I definitely hired some of the best players on the East Coast to do this record, and so we put Stephanie we put her in the frying pan, and she was surrounded by great musicians, so it was a great record.
When will this be released again?
It's going to be released in Ketchikan on the 13th, which is a Sunday.
And
Stephanie was adamant about doing it here. That's why I'm here. I was going to do it in D.C., the first one, and she was very adamant about coming home to Ketchikan to release her CD, and I thought that was, very heartfelt that she had such respect for the people of Ketchikan and wanted to do it here. So we made the arrangements. I got here last night, and we will be hitting at 6 o'clock on Sunday at Cape Fox. Yeah, that's where it'll be taking place at. Yes.
Okay, and you'll have copies of the album there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
As well as EC3's album, that his most recent.
Yeah,
album.
I have a new CD. I have a CD out called Her Eyes at Sunset that's out right now. So I'll have copies of that as well.
This is Anita Hales, KFMJ News.